It is the 15th of November. We got a 3 game slate tonight. Hope you guys did well last night. A lot of craziness happened just with injuries and blowouts. Players like John Wall and really the whole Wizards team blew them out way bigger than I was expecting. Kind of killed my lineup a little bit. But tonight's lineups are already looking pretty sketchy just because, you get a lot of guys like Alex Len available to play, but we don't really know if he's actually going to play. You got Rudy Gay coming back in tonight, but we don't really know how many minutes he's going to play. He only played in the low 20s, I believe, last game, if even. Let's take a look here. So last game he played, 21 minutes. I mean, he hit 27 points, but 20 minutes is not a lot. I mean, his price did drop to 5.6, which is good, but it's very hard to decide which guys to go with tonight, especially, obviously you look at the Denver matchup, and that looks great against Atlanta, but the spread right now is at 13.5. And the Houston and Warriors is at 4, and the Spurs and Clippers is at 6.5. So, and the highest over/under naturally is the Denver Atlanta at 222, followed by Golden State and Houston at 218, and San Antonio and Los Angeles at 216. So, a couple guys just running through each position real quick that stands out to me. If you're looking for value, I like Quinn Cook, Gilgeous Alexander, Beverly. I like him at his price point, but the problem is it's been very hard to predict his minutes. Like for instance, I took him against Golden State and he played 24 minutes, but then he'll play 30 plus these 3 games, and I took him again against Orlando and he played 23 minutes. So he didn't get in foul trouble or anything. He just didn't play his full minutes. So very frustrating trying to gauge him. And on such a small slate, you really don't have a lot of room to be missing on guys. Especially around that 5,000 mark. If it's someone cheap, like Hernan Gomez at 3.8, he only needs 20 points to hit value. Obviously, you want to get more of that 25-30 out of him, but yeah. So, anyways, Quinn Cook, I like him tonight against Houston. They say Draymond Green's going to have his minutes limited, so that does give him a boost. And then, as of now, though, I threw in Chris Paul. I wanted to get Harden in there, but Harden, his shot just hasn't been falling like it normally is. I mean, he is just let's see here. Last 10 games, 7 for 16, 9 out of 20. That's about 50%. He could be doing better though. 7 for 27, 7 for 19. I just think the extra minutes and all the extra pressure with them being such on a small rotation, I just don't think I think he's trying to do too much, and he's just not really getting those monstrous numbers we're used to seeing. Chris Paul's a good pivot. At 8,000, you only need 40 points, and especially in an up-tempo game like this, I do like him a lot. He will probably be being guarded though by Klay Thompson, who is a great defender. So I'm really not locked into into this lineup. Really, I'm kind of waiting for injury updates to come up because we got about 30 minutes left. Anywho, though, but the hard part is trying to gauge if this Denver game will in fact be a blowout, and if so, how quickly. So, you got a lot of good guys. Like, I love Jamal Murray tonight at 6'5". I like Gary Harris at 6'1". And then Trae Young is obviously a good play as well because Prince is out tonight. So his usage is going to go up a lot. I'm going to probably try to squeeze him in there into some lineups. And yeah, that's about it at guard. I mean, if you want to go a little bit deeper, you got Derek White. He's been playing good minutes the last couple games, coming back from that injury, 30, 26, 29. He's hitting value every night on that. They are coming off a back-to-back, but I do expect him to see his full minutes. Will be guarded by Patrick Beverly, though, who is a good defender. And then moving on to shooting guard. You got James Harden, DeRozan, Klay Thompson, Jamal Murray. I like Bazemore. I like Eric Gordon. Looking at cheaper options, James Ennis could be a sneaky play. He did get 29 points last game, and he played 33 minutes, which is really good. He's more of a defender, though, so if you're looking at points from him, you're either going to get some three-pointers, maybe some rebounds, and some steals and blocks. But um, Clark left last game. They say he's going to play today, but I just don't see him playing his full minutes like everyone is going to expect him to maybe today. So I might try to stay away from him, and especially in such a up tempo offense with Golden State. Um, they don't have Trevor Ariza anymore, so James Ennis could be a good guy that they want to play a lot to get those minutes, especially if PJ Tucker's not doing that well either. Uh, Small forward, you got DeRozan, Tobias Harris, Rudy Gay, Bazemore. Not really crazy about any of these guys. I think Trey Lyles could be a good sneaky play if this game does end up getting out of control early. Bazemore, he's going to get a lot more usage with Prince off the court. I might try to tinker with him and get him into some more lineups. DeRozan, I don't like him as much with Rudy Gay coming back. And at the 8-8 price, on a back-to-back, I'm not like crazy about him. But if I am going to stay away maybe from like Durant and Harden, you got to load up on, DeRozan and make sure you get like Trey Young and players like that. Because, just like the Washington game, if I would have just, it was a great matchup, but if I would have just faded that game completely due to blowout potential, I would have done far better, because when I think Wall only played like 20, 22 minutes or 20 minutes or something, he got me like 30 something points, but that was only 20 minutes. He's gotten early foul trouble in the early end of the third quarter, and then he didn't play any more minutes. So, again, that could happen to some guys, so you got to be careful if you take players like Jokic. So, looking at power forward, Draymond Green, they say you might be on a minutes restriction. You could take a gamble and just play him, but I'm going to wait till further updates on that. Aldridge, he's kind of a little bit too expensive for me. Tobias Harris, he's kind of at that awkward price as well, where I'm just not really crazy about him. I mean, he's putting up good numbers pretty consistently, but I don't know if I'm going to hop on that tonight, but we'll see. And then Millsap, again, love the price. Just don't know if the game's going to be competitive enough to keep him in there because I do need 30 points out of him. And if he's not, scoring points really quick in the game, it's going to be hard for him to hit that, especially if it starts getting out of control early. At center, Jokic, it's just really weird because he was taken in for X-rays after Tuesday's loss to Houston. And then now all of a sudden he's not listed on the injury report and he's almost at 10,000. So a little bit weird because I don't know. They didn't really say anything. I don't know if it was just a precautionary thing or what. But again, love his matchup, especially since Len may not even play. Deadman's out. I mean, he's going to just be able to dominate in the paint. But I just don't know what's going on with Jokic, and I'm not sure completely on the center situation in Atlanta. But I mean, maybe if they release some info saying he's going to play his full minutes, it could be good to go with him instead of a guy like Harden or Durant just to save you some money. And he still has that high, 50, 60 upside points if he can actually play his full minutes. Other than that, I mean, if Len were to somehow be out, they may end up starting someone like Plumlee at center. Definitely not a sexy pick, but he did play 11, 15 minutes, 17 minutes lately, getting you 22, 17, 11 points. He's averaging, it looks like about, a little bit more than one fantasy point a minute. Um, that's just strictly, hey, I'm trying to save money at the center position. Get me maybe 20 points and I'll be happy. And if you're just trying to cram in some more of those expensive guys, Damian Jones, how's he been doing? I haven't looked at him in a while. Yeah, just stay away from him. Other than that, like Marjanovic, it says he isn't in this. That's against the Warriors, so they haven't released the starting lineup for this game tonight for the Clippers and San Antonio. But with his price dropping back down again, that is something to monitor if they are going to end up starting him. So that's definitely something to keep an eye out for. Other than that, you could maybe throw Millsap in at center. If you're looking for a good middle price guy, I have Capella in right now. Really like him a lot. He's going to play as many minutes as possible. He's not going to have a whole lot of competition other than Draymond Green, grabbing boards. So I do like that a lot. And Morris right here has been playing balls out 31, 28, 22, 26 minutes, getting you anywhere between 17 and 31 points. If this game is going to be a blowout and you do forecast that happening, great option to go with him. I have him in right now. And then Bembry, they haven't announced it yet, but him or Hunter, I believe, is either going to start for Prince. So as of now, I'm just assuming Bembry, and even if it's a blowout, I expect him to play about 30 minutes then. And then rolling down with KD at the bottom against Houston. Again, just with the up tempo, I love KD tonight. He is expensive. I really would prefer not to pay for him, but uh, you got to get your studs in there. Just due to how many cheap guys there are. I got Gallinari in there as well. Just his price at 5.8 just seems a little bit too cheap for me in what should be a pretty competitive game. But yeah, so good luck today, guys. The big the deciding factor pretty much of tonight is going to be that Atlanta Denver game on if it stays competitive or not, and if you choose to go with more of the reserves like Morris or Hernan Gomez. Like I know he's starting, but if it's a blowout, they'll keep him in there just because he's one of those young players, and Trey Lyles may get a lot of minutes, or somehow in a crazy, you never know with basketball. It could be a close game, and you stack up, with Trey Young and Bazemore and Gary Harris and Jamal Murray and Jokic, and you could end up blowing up. So it's going to be interesting to see how tonight pans out. But good luck to everyone, and I also have a video posted for the NFL Showdown. Games will be starting up soon, so good luck to you guys. Take care.